Hello, welcome back. Hearty welcome to you. Let us try to solve some simple problems related to functions. These are very elementary problems just to apply the concepts. Right. Which of the following are functions? We have been given two relations and we have been asked to find out whether they are functions or not. Let's look at them. We have the ordered pairs here. 2 1 5 1 8 1 11 1. So it's like the first set is of 2 5 8 11. The domain is 2 5 8 11 and the range is 1, and I see no repetition of elements from the first set, though this is good to go. Let's look at the next one. I have 1 3 1 5 2 5. So you can see that the element 1, I mean from the domain you have an element 1 which is mapped to two elements in the second set. So according to the definition of function, a function a special type of relation is called as function only if no two elements no two elements are mapped to one element from the first set, or in an ordered pair you cannot have the first element repeating more than once. So this is not a function. Let's look at some more examples. Find the domain and range of the following function. Now what is the function we have? Let's write it here. The function is f of x equal to minus of mod of x. Now as you are aware, modulus function or mod function returns always absolute value. This function returns absolute values. What is the meaning of that? If you give positive value, it will return positive value. If you give negative value also, it returns positive value. So without sign, it returns exact absolute value. Okay. Now, what's the meaning of domain? Domain means all the values whatever I can give to the x. Is there any constraints to give any value to x? No. So I can straightforward go ahead and say domain equal to R. What is the meaning of that? All real values, any values. So you can also say minus infinity to infinity, excluding the boundaries. Okay. Now what is the range for this? To understand range, let us apply some values to this function and see, because what is range? Range means all the values which are returned by f of x for different values of x. Let us say I will give supply some values. Now let's understand this. Mod of x always returns positive value. Whatever positive value returned, that you are multiplying with negative, that means f of x always returns negative value only, or it may return 0. So let us look into that. Let us give some values to range. Let us say x equal to 0. If x equal to 0, then what will be the range? The range will be minus of mod of 0. That's nothing but equal to 0. Suppose let us say x equal to 10. Now what will happen if I give x equal to 10? Minus of mod of 10. Mod of 10 is 10 and minus of 10 is minus 10. Suppose I say I have given x equal to minus 10. Now let us see, this is interesting. I will have minus of 10. But this function always returns positive value only. So I will have again negative. So you can see that other than 0, all the values are negative values only. If you take more bigger value, you will get negative of that bigger value in return. That means the range is nothing but equal to minus infinity to 0. 0 included, because if you substitute x equal to 0, the range is 0. And you give more values to x, you are getting more negative values. It will go up to infinity. So minus infinity to 0, that is the range of the function. Let's move forward. Let's look into another example, the second one. F of x is equal to, this is the one we are looking into, f of x equal to square root Okay, I can say directly square root of 9 minus x square. Now remember, whenever you have square roots, you have to make sure that whatever is inside the square root, that should be always greater than 0. Why? Otherwise it will not return real value, the function will return complex values. Okay, so to have real values, always 9 minus x square should be greater than 0. Why? Because if this is greater than 0, then I can have square root of a positive value. But if 9 minus x square is, let us say, greater than or equal to 0, if 9 minus x square is less than 0, what happens? You will have negative value, and you will have square root of minus some value, whatever it is, which is nothing but a complex number. It is not a real number, but we are talking about only real functions, right? Okay, so 9 minus x square should be greater than 0. What is the meaning of that? 3 minus x, this is in a square minus b square, so can I write it in a minus b into a plus b? I can say 3 minus x into 3 plus x can be greater than or equal to 0. So it can be 0 or it can be greater than 0. That means it can be greater than or equal to 0. Now I have to find out the values which will make this greater than or equal to 0. What I will do, I'll just make this as x minus 3 into x plus 3 less than or equal to 0. Now what I have done is, I have multiplied with minus, I have taken minus out, and I said minus of x minus 3 into x plus 3 greater than or equal to 0. Now if I want to take this minus out, I have to reverse the sign, which you are aware, I think. Okay, now x minus 3 into x plus 3 greater than or equal to 0, that means I should have negative value. To have negative value, I should have different signs coming from different parts. That means first one is giving positive, second one should give negative. If the first one is giving negative, second one should give positive. So let us do one thing. What we will do, we will check for some values here. What are the values we have? X minus 3. So minus 3, x plus 3, minus of minus 3, and x minus 3. So we will take boundary as minus 3 and 3, and we will check the values. If x equal to minus 3, the function is becoming 0. So range will have minus 3, and also range will have 3. If I put x equal to 0, what happens? 0 minus 3 is minus 3. 0 plus 3 is 3. That is also there. So 3 is there, minus 3 is there, 0 is there. Okay. Now let us check on this side, on the left side, on the right side, boundaries. Okay. I'll check for minus 4, and I will check for 4. What happens if x equal to 4? It will become 4 minus 3 into 4 plus 3. So I can see that both are positive now. Positive can never be less than or equal to 0. So 4 is cut off. It's not part of the range. Similarly, let us check for minus 4. Minus 4 minus 3 into minus 4 plus 3. You can see that these are both negative, and that also can never be less than or equal to 0 because they are becoming positive. So this is also ruled out. So the range of this function is nothing but equal to minus 3 comma 3. That means all the elements between minus 3 and 3, including the boundaries, are also, you can say it as minus 3 less than or equal to x less than or equal to 3. This is nothing but the domain of the function. What is this? We have found now domain. How we have done that? We have been given square root of 9 minus x square is the fx. We know that whatever we have expression inside the square root should be greater than or equal to 0. So if we do that, then based on that we get x minus 3 into x plus 3 less than or equal to 0. That means we should have values of x such that the product should less than or equal to 0. For that we see that if I put different values, you see that the values of x is nothing but between -3 and 3. If you take more positive values more than 3, you are making both the terms, both the expressions as positive, first one and the second one. Both the, I should say, is it a both the x minus 3 into x plus 3, right? Okay. If you take negative value, like instead of -3 you take -4, you see that you are making both of them as negative. Then also it can never be less than or equal to 0. So two linear polynomials, that's what I'm not getting earlier. Two linear polynomials you see here, right? Okay, fine. So that's about the domain. Now I have to find out the range. What is the meaning of range? For all the values of domain, I have to check what is the range. Okay, now I know domain is between -3 and 3. So let me just substitute those values and see. What is my domain? -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3. Now first if I substitute 0 value, what happens? Square root of 9 minus 0, that's nothing but square root of 9. Square root of 9 is nothing but equal to 3. Okay, right. Now if I substitute x equal to -3, what happens? -3 whole square is 9. 9 minus 9 is 0. If I substitute x equal to +3, then also 3 square is 9. 9 minus 9 is 0. So 0 is my minimum value. 0 is my minimum value, and the maximum value I can have is nothing but 3. That happens when x equal to 0. When x equal to 0, I will have max value. Because I am subtracting 0 from this positive value, I will have the maximum value. Okay, so the range is nothing but equal to 0 comma 3 in square brackets, or I can say 0 less than or equal to x less than or equal to 3. So that's how you can find out the domain and range of functions. We will see some more examples of domain and range of finding out domain and range of the functions in the coming videos. Thanks for visiting. Bye for now. See you in the next session.